Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Passioknit Kelsie and welcome to this very passionate vlog. In the last vlog, I finished all of my custom orders that I had open from February. So now I am free to make whatever I want. So right now I'm kind of thinking I want to start with just some smaller things, kind of to get the ball rolling. Smaller things like maybe some scrunchies. Use up one skein of Juicy Couture, that'll make 4 scrunchies. Easy peasy, an hour. Believe it or not, I do want to make bags. I want to make some more bags. I would like to make a Granny Rocco bag, which is pretty much just granny stitch, so easy peasy. And other than that, I don't know. Maybe a scrap basket. Been using so much Lily Sugar and Cream as of lately because of the Mesh Market bags. I have built up a nice big basket of scraps. So anyway, that's what we'll be doing. I think I'm going to start with scrunchies. We are just going to go in here, pick one of these, and make them. Actually, let me make sure we have this color. Is this the last one? It is. I am being lazy today. I ordered shelving for my extra merchandise, and I should be putting that together, but I'm not. So instead, I'm doing other work. Putting the shelves together would be probably the best thing so that I can actually clear out the merch boxes and folded t-shirts that are just all over my kitchen right now and in my room. But I just don't feel like building furniture today. So instead, we're making some scrunchies. I guess either way, work is getting done. So just in case you were wondering, I have not yet gone back to Ollie's to check and see if they had more Juicy Couture. I have received many comments and DMs telling me to go back because my store probably just didn't have it yet, which is possible, and we might, but I don't know. I have so much anyway. I could make hundreds of scrunchies with what I have right now. Thousands. So, not a huge deal. All right, I made the standard 4 scrunchies, looking good. Filling it up. There is a good amount of yarn left, so I'm gonna make another one. I'm gonna pair it with Midnight Sea and do a little combo situation. Normally I use this one color for the single crochets around the hairband and also a row of single crochets around the ruffles at the end. Although I don't know if that is going to be enough, so I might just use this for a round of single crochet on the edges. And I'll put this one up as a mystery scrunchie. Cute. Definitely could have used this for the inside and the outside, but now we can make another one. So let's do that. That is gonna go back here in the mystery bin, which already had some scrunchies in it that I forgot about. So there you go. All right, second scrunchie, success, and they're looking extremely cute. While we're here, I am just gonna finish off this skein because it should make 2 more scrunchies. Since we are actually making things for the drop, I believe it's about time I decide on what date it's going to be on, because I have been going back and forth between end of May or mid-May. It's just not set in stone. I need to decide so I can put it up on my website banner and my Instagram bio and stuff like that. So, looking at the calendar, I'm gonna go with May 23rd. We'll make it at noon, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. That gives us about 10 weeks to make a bunch of stuff, which is a long time, actually. Good. Mission accomplished. 2 more scrunchies. Now I'm done with scrunchies for the day. I'm going to move on to bag. I want to make the, oh my gosh, Granny Rocco bag. Yes, I'm pretty sure it's from Island Style Crochet. That will help use up some Lily Sugar and Cream, which I have a lot of. So much of that it is overflowing my shelves onto the floor into boxes in my closet, which I do not want. So I'm looking for yarns that are the same color. We have the poppy that we were talking about making the other bag with, which would work. We also have multiple skeins and scraps of daisy that I see. Oh yeah, plenty of this one actually. And you know what? That's good for now. We'll go with either poppy or daisy. At the moment, I'm thinking daisy because that would clean up a lot more scraps, give them a purpose. It hasn't been too long since I made the last Granny Rocco bag. I'm pretty sure I made one in the last drop. It was a pink and cream striped. It was really cute. But I don't remember how long these take. It might be in the same ballpark as the Mesh Market bags, which is about 4 hours, I think, if you work on it consistently. Either way, we're getting started now. We might be able to finish it tonight, or this might be our last project and it will creep into tomorrow. Because I did spend a little bit more time on the scrunchies than I initially planned for, but that's cool. I am almost done with the last row. We have this much to go, and I'm also almost out of the last skein of yarn, which is convenient because actually I wanted to do the straps in a solid yellow color, so that worked out. I'm feeling pretty good about finishing this bag tonight. It is 8 o'clock. We took a break and went out to dinner, so I think we could start the straps, finish them off, and then call it a night. Perfect. Guys, I think you're gonna be so proud of me right now. I was just thinking about all of the scraps that I have of Lily Sugar and Cream or other cottons like Loops and Threads Classic, and the fact that, like, you know, I want to make them into bags or use them for something. So I actually, while we have just the bag portion, I weighed it. Okay, so now I know that we need exactly 4.7 ounces to make this part of the bag, and I can pair it with the solid for the straps or whatever. So later, whenever we're looking through all of my scrap yarn, we can weigh it and see if we have enough, and I won't try it and then run out. So, I don't know, clap or something.
Boogie woogie so long. Yeah, I boogie woogie so long, so long. Yeah, I boogie woogie.
Well, I am super happy with the bag that we finished last night. It is almost done. It just needs a tag. Today's Monday, so this morning my last video went up where we were talking about Lily Sugar and Cream, multiple discontinued colors. It's been out of stock forever. And I did get an email from someone that I believe lives in Canada, and they told me about the Spin Right factory closing down up there, which happened in July 2025, and then the Spin Right store closed in September of 2025, if that's correct. I also looked it up online, but they were a manufacturer of Lily Sugar and Cream. So I don't know if that's a contributing factor. Maybe they're just now running out, but I feel like they closed quite a while ago, right? And they claim that they were shifting production to somewhere else. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Someday we'll probably find out. But for now, I'm just gonna keep using the yarn that I have. Bag done. This is one of the times that I am happy to be a yarn hoarder of sorts. But to be fair, I'll use all of it, even if it's discontinued. I'm not gonna save anything just for the sake of it, you know? So I think that this bag turned out extremely cute. It is obviously yellow. The color is daisy. I think it's perfect for springtime, May. So it's gonna go really good in our drop. Today, what I wanna do is make another bag. But get this, I am gonna use a new pattern that I've never done before. So it's gonna be different, slightly. It is still a granny stitch. So we're staying in my comfort zone of granny stitch and bag, but the construction is different. So there's that at least. I can't remember where I found this, if I just found it like browsing on YouTube or if maybe someone sent me a direct link to the tutorial or not, but let me pull it up. There it is. It's from Viv Crochets, which I have made bags from her before. Remember that like checkerboard print tote bag? That's from her channel. This one is called the Crochet Mesh Tote Bag Tutorial Granny Stitch Bag Crochet Everyday Tote Bag. I'm gonna check and see. There is a written pattern. Okay, I'm gonna get the written pattern so that I don't have to watch a whole video tutorial. Okay, let me buy it on Etsy, download. The shape of this bag is it's bag shaped. Wow. Okay. It's like a satchel. What even is a satchel? No, not a satchel. I don't know. But it's not this, and it's not like the Mesh Market bag. It doesn't have like little straps like this. It has the bag like just gets skinnier and turns into the handle. We're gonna make it. You'll see it anyway, okay? All right. My brain's not working at the moment. Okay, pattern purchased, downloading. Now we're gonna pick out some Lily Sugar and Cream cotton. I think I wanna use a solid color today. Just because. Options. I like this. I think this is what? Berry Crush? Oh, is there only 2 of them? For real? Okay, maybe not this then? No, it's pretty in pink. That one's Berry Crush. Well, there's not enough of that, so there's obviously a lot of the marine blue or dazzle blue. Dazzle blue. There's also a bunch of Berry Crush. So let's use this. Make sure we get the same color lot here. 7-2, 5-8. These 7-2. I'm gonna guess we need 3 of them. 7-2. Nice. I've got the pattern open on my computer. We have all of our yarn. Now, the pattern says to use a 4.5 millimeter hook, but I would rather use a 5, and it's for a bag, so I don't think the gauge size really matters that much. We need scissors, yarn needle, and stitch markers. I have all of that. I'm not doing a gauge swatch. And off we go. Starting with a chain. This pattern wants me to do a chain 1 in between all of the granny clusters. I'm not gonna do that. Time waste, yarn waste. I might change multiple things about this pattern, but nothing crazy, more like personal preference things, you know? This start is very much reminding me of the start of the octagon cardigans by Drama Crochet, which reminds me, I need to make another one of those. She's been coming out with like so many different variations, and she's improved the pattern a lot since the first time I made it, so I definitely need to revisit. So I have redone the bottom of the bag from this to this. So we're supposed to turn our work in between rows, which I initially wasn't going to do, but we must, because on the straps, whenever you're going back and forth, you're gonna have to turn the work. So I want the rest of the bag to match the straps. I just think granny stitch always looks way better whenever you don't turn your work.
Because if you see what card it is, I looked at it.
That's smarter.
Thank you for that.
And no card. I'm not even gonna get one. You get to steal it.
I'm gonna go ahead and just draw one. I'll remember that. Steal.
Okay.
Okay, at this point we've made a little rectangle base. Now we're gonna build up its walls, right? To make bag shape. I think this is going pretty good so far. Simple. You really can't go wrong with the granny stitch in my opinion. It is one of my favorites. So I am just going to be trucking along until we get to the straps.
If anyone has a travel advantage card you'd like to play, please play it now.
Jeff, I'd like to play Control the Vote. Can only be played at Tribal Council. Take any player's vote card. Courtney, I'm going to be taking your vote.
Are you for serious?
You are.
And I'm a good person.
Yeah.
And I get sick sometimes.
You very much do.
Yeah, actually, it's been a minute. I think you seem like your diarrhea kind of.
No, everything is solid and like well
Don't
formed.
do that.
Yeah. Your diarrhea, it might be gone, but I think what you did, Courtney, was pretty sick.
Yeah.
The beginning of this, we had an allyship that was like steel. One that I thought was going to go through the entire game. But one of you betrayed me. That is decided.
It's going pretty good. Actually, let me check how many rows we need to do. We are supposed to do 24 rows and I have 15. We need to do 9 more. At least we're past the halfway point, kind of. And then we have to do the straps still. Okay. Looking at it right now, I think this is going to be a medium-sized bag. Maybe even small? Yeah. Yeah, probably very similar to the size of like this bag. Well, yeah, maybe. It looks small. I do feel like I could make it a couple clusters wider on the bottom, maybe on the next one. I'd say that this is super adjustable. You know, you can make it whatever size you want. But this size is also with a bigger hook, right? Because initially it said to use a 4.5 and I'm using a 5. But I also didn't work the gauge swatch, so I don't actually know if it's supposed to be this big. Doesn't matter. So far so good. Just gonna keep working and watching YouTube videos.
And it was Spring Awakening forever ago at the Pantages, and honestly, I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah.
I was very far back, and I just didn't know the plot or anything, and I was like, I don't know what's happening. It's got some good songs in it. Yeah,
Music's really pretty.
I struggle to keep up with musicals. That's probably the only.
That's interesting for me because I feel like you said with musicals it's hard for you to understand the songs when they're plot, and Les Mis is all plot on music.
I know. Coldplay.
I did, so
Coldplay.
speaking
No.
yeah, maybe. I watched Ethel Cain did a video talking about
This here is going to be our last row before we start doing the straps. Just ran out of yarn, so tying on a new one. I was looking ahead at the strap construction, and I will try what the pattern says, of course, but I also might change the straps too. Yeah, it depends. I'm going to have to look into it further, investigate, see how exactly they are shaped, and then I may And there's 2 different ways we could do it, right? So pretty sure on the pattern it decreases like on the edges out here, but you could do the decreases here from the middle instead. Or if we keep the decreases on the outside, I was gonna do it differently because in the picture it looks a little bit like stair-steppy and I want it to be a more smooth, rounded look. All right, let's get some stitch markers. Mark out where the straps go. We're ready. We're ready for the straps. And I'm pretty sure I know what I'm gonna do. I'm going to do some kind of different decreasing method on the outside, but just barely. In the pattern, whenever you're decreasing on the sides, it just has you like skip the middle space there, right? So you do a cluster here, skip the middle, do a cluster there, so then it's smaller. So what I'm going to try to do, well, you could do 2 things. You could, instead of just skipping that space entirely, you could put 1 double crochet in there, and then on the next row, that 1 double crochet like kind of counts as your space area. So that'll like add in a stitch there so it won't look stair-steppy like I was talking about. Or on the row below, for those 2 clusters where you'd skip the space in between, you could make those double crochet 3 together instead of just 3 double crochets so that they both kind of like squish together so that whenever you skip the space, it's not as big of a deal. Yes? I think that's gonna work. Okay, I did 1 double crochet in the decrease spot. See that? Right there. So normally you would just put nothing there, but I want it to have a nice curve. And that double crochet does pull in this little area there. Good. Good, good, good. Update. Strap is going pretty good, especially if you look at it folded in half. The transition, very smooth, very nice. Yeah? So this is obviously going to get a few rows longer and then it should kind of like thin out a little bit and it'll connect at the top. So we'll work this side up to the middle, work on this side up to the middle, and then probably sew them together or something. I'd say it's working up at a medium pace. It's probably been about 4 hours since we started, but to be fair, this is a new pattern and I was testing / figuring things out. So if we made it again, it would be faster. Yeah, it's probably right around the same time as our other bags, like the Mesh Market bag and the Granny Rocco bag that we made yesterday. Okay. Thoughts? Thoughts? Is this long enough? Yes, I'd say so. I'm gonna cut this off. We're gonna make the other side and then I'll do single crochets to finish it off. Very nice, very nice. Okay. Beautiful. So, here's our bag, currently. Still have the yarn attached because I want to do a row of single crochets around here and the other side. But, what do we think? It's good. Then we will move right along. And we're done. Officially done with bag. What do you think? What are your thoughts? I think it's got an interesting look to it. It's fun. I wish there was a little bit more curve right here, you know? But, I mean, I can fix that if we make another one. The question is, where do we put a tag on this guy? What do we think? Gray. Is that all good? Should we put it dead center? No, no, no. Is that all right? Well, regardless, that is one more bag ready to go for our drop. Another new thing that I have never made before, which was fun. Next time, I'm going to make it wider, I think. Wider, have a bigger area between the straps here. Yeah. All right. Right now, it is 7:45. I think I'm going to have some dinner and find something else to make. Not sure what, but we'll figure it out. All right. Decision made. I'm going to go watch a movie. And I am going to make a beanie. I still have this cake sitting on my desk that we bought from Walmart earlier in the week. And it's on my desk, so I want to use it. Also, I mentioned slowing down on hats, and I got a couple comments that are like, it's still cold where we live. So they're right. They're right. I always enjoy making beanies, so I'm just going to keep making them every once in a while. And you know what I was kind of thinking while I was making that bag? What if I tried to make a new pattern that I've never made before, at least like every 2 to 3 items, right? So the last thing that we made was the daisy bag. That was a Granny Rocco bag. I've made that multiple times before. And then we make new pattern. And then we go back to the basics, something that I don't have to think very hard about, like a beanie or, I don't know, scrunchies for a little bit. And then go find a new pattern and make that. I think it'll be a good way to work some new patterns into the rotation, but still have the comfort and like brain off moments of making things that I do all the time. Yeah, I'm just trying not to like get stuck in a routine, you know? So anyway, I'm gonna go pick out a solid blue color that goes nicely with all of this stuff over here. And I don't know, it's 8:30. I could probably pop out like one hat tonight. This looks promising. Yeah. This looks pretty cute. Very ocean vibes. Look at it. Wow. Guys, I'm surprised this has not made any stripes yet. But it looks really good. We're really close. Actually. Yeah, really close. We'll finish this up tomorrow because tonight it is too late. Hello guys. It is indeed tomorrow. We are starting late today because, first of all, I was lazy. I was lazy for quite a while, and then I spent a few hours editing videos. So, we are finally ready to knit the rest of this hat, which should be a pretty quick project, which is great because currently it's about 9:30 p.m. Today is Mario Day, March 10th. We also have new episodes of the live action One Piece, so gonna have a busy night. This shouldn't take too long and then we will wrap this up.
You thought we were gonna skip lunch, huh?
Okay, taking my son.
Hello! Here's the hat that we officially finished last night. It's looking good. I love the way it turned out. Like I said, whenever I started it, it is very like ocean-y feeling with all the different shades of blue. It needs a tag. Do we have blue tags? We do. We do indeed. There we go. Perfect. So if I'm remembering correctly, this would be my first regular project. My usuals since we worked on this bag. And like I said, I want to do a new pattern every 2 to 3 times. So new pattern, old pattern. I'll probably work up another old pattern and then I will start searching for something new to do. Yeah, after sleeping on it, I really like that idea. Still doing the classic things that we make all the time, but also bringing in new designs from other people or maybe just making stuff up myself. Definitely a good plan, I think. But that is going to be the end of this vlog. If you have any ideas for patterns that you've never seen me make before and would like to see me try, leave them in the comment section down below. Preferably something that wouldn't take too long. A 1 to 1.5 day project. That's fine. We've already been getting suggestions in the last couple videos and it's good. I'm feeling the creative juices flow. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content from me in the future. I'll always be here at knitting and crocheting, so see you next time. Bye!